Cheers guys, Epix 911. Welcome to a virtual reality review episode where we take a look at the Vive and Chill. Did it chill? Well, I'm going to cut to the chase. If you're just interested in knowing if it works on somebody that sweats profusely, yes, it does. If you want some more details, stick around. So these little guys were waiting for me in the mail when I got back from my driving trip. $31.99 US. I'm going to say up front, these were sent to me, but the understanding was I was going to be brutally honest. And if they sucked, I was going to say they sucked. Well, I'm happy to say they didn't suck, but let's take them apart and talk about them. So $32 US is what they retail for. And I did a little interesting exercise we're going to talk about on the second half of the video, a DIY, where I basically looked at parts if you wanted to build your own off-the-shelf kind of custom hacked solution. And we'll look at that in a second. More on these. So they advertise 1 minute to install. Is that accurate? Yes. In fact, if you rushed it, you could probably do it in about 15 seconds. 20 seconds, it's that simple. But a minute to kind of thread it. I put some Velcro there, did a little bit of things there. Yeah, I would say a minute is a fair assessment of how long it takes. What are they? They're pretty typical DC brushless 30 millimeter fans. You can find these on the internet ranging in price from about $5 to $10. A little bit more for all the other stuff, but like I said, we'll get to that. Do you hear them when they're on? Yes, you do. Average game volume, I would say they're still noticeable. But again, they do the trick. Now, in this house, I'm pretty pampered compared to the old man cave. We've got central air conditioning here. So the issues that I had there with a portable AC, which is loud as hell, you cannot film a quick look or any kind of episode on YouTube with a portable AC. Just no chance in hell. They're way too loud. Quick looks were almost out of the question during the summer months because of the humidity, my sweat, everything else. They just constantly fogged up. And I literally have to stop every 2-3 minutes to wipe them down. And they did not climatize. I generate a lot of heat off my body. This wasn't something where after 40 minutes, it's all warmed up, you're good to go. No, it was constant. So yeah, easy to install, loud, but they do the trick. They kept my forehead dry. When I sweat, and there's a little clip here, why don't we just go to the clip first, then we'll cut back. Okay, guys, Epix 911 just finished some more stress testing. I want you to see, you can see the glisten on the side of my face. So there is a lot of sweat all inside my goatee, but I gotta give it to the Vive and Chill. It did what it needed to do. It kept this area dry, so I wasn't getting the sweat coming down, creating the condensation. Even look at the Vive. You can see the moisture all around my faux leather. That would be way, way worse without the Vive and Chill on. So it definitely is doing what it needs to do. And that is keep me dry and keep them from fogging up most of the time. I've had a few occasions where they have fogged up, but unlike before, I don't have to lift it and wipe it. I literally just take it a few millimeters off my forehead, let that air come inside, and then I'm usually, once it's done its little thing and the temperature seems to be equal again inside and outside, I'm usually okay for the end of the session. So as you can see from that clip, pretty uniform glistening, which pours, literally, it just goes down. And the problem is being bald, and you can see in the shot why I wear the beanie, because it literally reflects. It's a dome. I get asked that question so many, are you embarrassed about being bald? Hell no. I've been bald probably more years now, well, not quite, but almost, that I haven't been. I got no problem with it. I wear a beanie to not reflect the light, and I wear a beanie outside because I've had skin cancer. So that is why I do it. I'm a really pale Northern European guy, and melanoma is not something I'm going to screw around with. The rest of the time around my house, at work, I'm happy being bald. It's what I am. I don't give a rat's arse. So the problem though is you don't have hair to catch the sweat. So the hair, or the sweat rather, goes down your forehead. And unless you've got a perfect seal here, which you never do, it gets in there, causes that temperature differential, which causes the fogging. Wow. So, like I said, it was a no-win situation for me. With these, it kept the sweat at bay. It was actually funny because I would wear that, turn it on, and you can literally see the rest of my face all sweat, my cheeks, goatee drenched, everything, but the forehead dry. And at the end of the day, that's all they needed to do. When there was extreme humidity, like when I open the windows and don't seal the room with the AC off, I still had some instances of fogging. But rather than having to take it off and then wipe it, all I had to do was just lift it a couple of millimeters off my forehead, allow the Vive and Chill fans to get some air in there, and instantly the fogging was gone. Definitely not as frequently as it was in the past, where I would be wiping every couple of minutes. I only have to do that lift, again, with the right conditions, once every 4 minutes, 5 minutes. It was manageable. So yeah, it kept the forehead dry. It kept the fogging at bay. It works. Let's talk about the price. Is it worth it for $32 US? Well, take a look at what I've done here. So these are just some parts I've sourced online. And if I wanted to be a lot more hardcore on this, I bet you I could find better deals. But regardless, we take a look. You can see there I've got some Velcro, which was $1.03 US. Black USB male to female cable, $1. 2 USB 5-volt DC brushless fans, $10 for the pair. You could probably get more aggressive on that and get a pair for $7, $8, $6 even if you're really hunted. Either way, you're looking at a total of about $10, $12 to do it yourself. What you don't have at the end of that is the hinge with the higher profile. So what I did is the fans that I looked at were slightly larger, 40 millimeters, not the 30 of these, to make up for some of that height. The Velcro in a way is kind of nice, but you could have hacked that on these too to make them easily removable. But honestly, once you got them on, you can pack them down like this so you don't notice them if you don't want to use them. And then again, because there's no added heft, that's probably the best thing to do. And then when you use them, you simply put them back in the upright position. So yeah, you could hack something together. If you factor in your time, and that's going to be worth something different for everybody, let's just say around the $12 US mark, you could hack something together. So that takes their price down to about $20 US extra that you're paying. You've got to make that personal decision for yourself. Is it worth it? The hinges? Well, I think it can be, because I gave it some real thought in terms of what you could do that these don't give you out of the box. They're definitely not stealth fans. You could probably go a little larger. It wouldn't look as good, but you could go with stealth fans, something from Vantech. Vantech makes some nice little small ones, and you'd still probably be cheaper, but you'd have really quiet fans as well. But again, aesthetics. This definitely looks tidy. It looks professional. What you hack together, chances are, unless you put some extra work into it, and then you got to factor in some labor time, it's probably not going to look as pretty. So it does the job. It functions fine. It's a little loud. It's not cumbersome, and it works as advertised, which for me, that was the biggest question mark. I really was skeptical about if they would work or not. So all in all, What am I saying with that price then in my do-it-yourself? Probably a little high. If these were $19.99, $20 US, I would say grab them absolutely without hesitation. 32 if you've got no interest in hacking something together, but you sweat a lot and you want a solution. Yep. There you go, guys. That is basically Vive and Chill in a nutshell. At the end of the day, I got to say, I can definitely recommend them if you've got that requirement. You fog these up and you sweat a lot. They're going to do the trick at the end of the day. All right, guys, that is it. If you got any questions on these, anything I didn't cover, let me know in the comments below. Happy to answer it ASAP. Cheers, guys.